This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this StockBox interview.
Well, with us today is Patrick Cheetham, Executive Chairman of Sunrise Resources, which has this week announced an option for the sale of its Hazen Pozzolan Project in Nevada. Patrick, always a pleasure to catch up. How are you doing today?
Yeah, very well, thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. So first of all, can you tell us a bit more about the Hazen project? What is it that led the optioner to approach you to learn more about this asset?
So the project is one that we acquired roughly about 3 years ago. We acquired it by staking. It covers an old pumice mine, and the pumice is a material that can be used as a natural pozzolan as well as a lightweight aggregate. And so we've not done much work on this. We haven't spent much money on it ourselves, but the surface workings are reasonably extensive from the historical mining. So that suggests that there could be a reasonable sized deposit here. So yeah, it's attracted interest.
Absolutely. And have these talks been going on for a while then? Has it been under
Well, they
discussion?
have, yeah. I mean, we've been talking to this particular company actually for over 4 years, even before we acquired this project. And I think it kind of underscores that a lot of these companies are quite slow moving.
Yeah.
It's in terms of the construction industry generally, cement, ready-mix companies, they're pretty conservative. But the tide is starting to turn in terms of their interest and uptake in natural pozzolan as a cement replacement. I think we were very early into this, and we're just now seeing things start to turn.
Oh, good. Yeah, so it's good to hear that that demand's growing. So the decision on exercising the option at Hazen will follow a 90-day due diligence period. This is expected to begin on the receipt of the approval from the US Bureau of Land Management. Are you confident that this will be received quickly so work can get going sooner rather than later?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a well-established process. We've done this many times on other projects, and really, it's an approval process for the surface disturbance that you do in exploration. Normally, there's a requirement on the BLM to get back to you within 30 days. We've had a BLM approval before on this site for doing trenching and bulk sampling. And so, yeah, we think it is just a routine process.
Yeah, that's encouraging. So you got that precedent there as well, haven't you? So the work can begin. So I know any decision will be dependent on the results of the due diligence, but at this stage, are you confident that the option agreement will result in the purchase of Hazen?
Well, we're certainly very optimistic, and I think that optimism comes from the fact that at the surface you can see quite a large extent of this material. But the company coming in is going to be drilling, so to see how deep it is, and doing test work on the material. We've done some of our own test work that's been very positive. But at the end of the day, it will very much depend on the drilling results and whether those results satisfy the company that now holds the option. So yeah, optimistic, but it really is not our decision at the end of the day.
Yeah, let's just wait and see what happens. So in Monday's RNS, you said part of the proceeds from any option exercise at Hazen will be used to advance Sunrise's wider project portfolio. Is there any work in particular that you can tell us about that will be a priority in this respect?
Yeah, so I don't think it's any secret that we're very keen on our Reese Ridge project in Nevada. Reese Ridge is a zinc-silver project. It's something that we've done several prospecting campaigns on, hit very, very high grade zinc and silver in surface sampling. And the geophysical work that's been done there has demonstrated a big conductor below the surface high grade material. So it's a standout drill target. And drilling these sort of targets can be very very lucrative for companies if you make a discovery. Some of the style of mineralization we're looking for includes some of the largest zinc and silver deposits in the world. So yeah, that would be our number one priority. And then we also have a whole portfolio of other projects, which include some silver projects, particularly the Clayton Silver project, which we've drilled once, and need to do follow-up drilling when resources allow.
Great. So lots of different avenues to explore down there. So this week's agreement, as you highlighted, demonstrates the value contained within Sunrise's projects and how this can be realized. With this in mind, would you be open to the disposal of any other non-core assets should the right agreement present itself?
Yes, we definitely would. And, we've got a history of doing this. We now have a portfolio of projects which are, in other companies' hands where we have a retained royalty or they're under lease option. For example, we have a gold project we call Jackson's Wash, which is under lease option to Kinross Gold. They could buy that for $500,000, but also have to pay us 2.5% royalty. That's quite an advanced project for them. We've done this with our Crow Springs Diatomite project, and yeah, we're very much open to doing this. And I think this particular deal on Hazen very much has read across to our main CS Pozzolan project, which we consider to be substantially more valuable than Hazen. So if you look at the purchase price on Hazen and kind of factor that against CS, and then you throw in the other projects that the company has, the Pioche project, which was formerly under option for 1.4 million. I think you can see there's a lot of value in there for a company that's valued at just £1 million in the market.
Yes, definitely. And you're seeing that. Are you seeing increased interest? Like you said up top, that there's increased interest for pozzolan. Is that the case for a lot of the industrial minerals that you're looking for at the moment?
I think each industrial mineral is different, but the Pioche Sepulite project, which is also one of our key projects, it's such a rare clay mineral to have a deposit of this material that is really very attractive. There's only one mine producing sepulite in Nevada so far, or in the whole US, and that's very much limited by its environmental position. So there is a lot of interest in the Pioche project, for example, but it is very much industrial mineral specific.
Great. Well, excellent. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to talk more about the progress being made at Hazen again soon. For now, though, Patrick, thank you again for your time.
No, thank you.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.